Alright, y'all, I wanted to come in and make a quick, timely Bitcoin price action update for you guys. So basically, we just had this massive pump. We had this flash dump, which is a really nice short, which a lot of us took in the Discord. A lot of us took this short right here. It was a super nice trade. But then we started printing some bullish divergences. Right here, we can see them printing on the chart around 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And we got this massive pump, and I think this is very significant. I think this is very, very significant. It could signal that we're getting more upward movement. Here's why. From December 9th, if we go to the daily time frame, you can see that we've been on this trend line, right? We bounced off of this on December 9th, then we came back and we bounced off of it again on January 21st, then again on January 28th. And on January 28th, we actually printed this green wave on MarketCypher on the daily when we were testing this trend line. And then we got a massive move to the upside. Now, as many of you know, we were forming this rising wedge here as well, which we did break down out of. Now, something very significant has happened. After this dump, we found some very good support. For about 3 days, we were unable to break this level of 48.2. And if we look back in time, we can see this was a resistance from February 8th all the way to February 16th. Then it was a support from February 22nd all the way to March 6th. And then it was now it's acting as a support again. And not only that, but this blue line here is the 100-day exponential moving average. So you can see that we formed some very good support right along this previous support level at 48.2, around there, and also the 100 EMA on the daily time frame. At the same time, we are printing this green wave. The VWAP is crossing upward. The RSI is very, very low, meaning that Bitcoin is oversold. Now, look at what's happening. We're coming up and we're actually testing that trend line from December. Now, I really think if we can come above this trend line with momentum, it's very possible. It's very possible that we will come up and retest the falling wedge. Very possible. Just an idea. And I wanted to point that out. But that on the larger time frames, this is actually a very bullish move. Now, obviously, a word of caution. There's very low volume, right? If we go to the 4 hour and if we turn on the volume right here, we can see that we don't really have a lot of volume. Accompanying, is that right? Accompanying? That's right? Okay, accompanying this blue candle here, right? We don't have that much volume. In fact, we have less volume in this pump than we did in this flash dump. And, it's just, I don't know. There's not much conviction here, but I would keep my eye on this. On the 24-minute time frame, it looks like we need to cool off a little bit. On the 20-minute time frame, we are printing this red dot. Obviously, we might need to cool off a little bit, but if we can come up and reclaim this trend line that we lost from December 9th and hold it as support, I would say that we could come up and test some of these higher levels. This could be the bounce that we've been waiting for, where we come up and we test some of these higher levels. I was saying in the live stream today, the live stream where it was actually a really good stream, because during the stream we saw the setup, we saw this trade setup, and we all took it in the stream. We shorted this. It was a really nice short. But I was saying in the stream, I'm looking for us to bounce off of one of these levels, and I was thinking maybe we'd bounce off like the 46k level, the 45k level, or the 43k level. But it is possible that we're getting that bounce now, and I do believe that we are going to see, like I said before, in the live stream today, and I know that not everybody watching this video was a part of the live stream, this for Patreons only, but usually when we have these corrections, we come down, like we have like a three wave, like the ABC kind of thing going on. It happened here, 1, 2, 3. It happened again right here, 1, 2, 3. So it just makes sense, we would have something like 1, 2, 3 if we're actually going to consolidate here for some time. It's just a thought. it's just a thought. We printed this green dot here. If we take a look at what happened at this period of consolidation during this dump, we printed a green trigger wave right here. We got some movement up, and then we got some more movement down. But a lot of times when we print these green trigger waves, it does mean that we get some significant movement upward. It's on the daily time frame. That's very powerful. So let's just go back in time real quick and take a look. Even in the lowest of the low, during the during these extremely bad times, like September 28th, 2019, we printed a super deep money flow, deep in the purple wave on the daily time frame. And even here, it took a few days, but we did have some movement to the upside, right? We had an 8% move to the upside there, and that's like the worst case scenario. Really, whenever we print these daily waves here, we get some kind of movement to the upside. Even if we go back, and I guess we can't go back to the last bear market, but even in the doldrums where money flow is so far in the red, we're still getting somewhat of a move upward. So to me, I see a lot of confluence here that we're going to get some kind of move to the upside, even if it's just a retest of this trend line right here. Of course, I want to keep my eyes on it. I'm not saying that I'm jumping into a long right now, but I'm absolutely looking at it because I do think that we are going to come up and retest 58K, or even 60K, or even 61K, which was a very strong resistance before we come back down, if we're even going to come back down. But I personally, I do think I would really like to see Bitcoin retest some of those lower levels, but we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Right now, I'm keeping my eye on this area right here, because this again is a trend line that we were following from December 9th. We had lost it. We found this very strong support right here at the 100 EMA, and also this level of 48.3. And yeah, this to me is pretty bullish. The only thing that is causing me a little concern is the fact that we had such low volume in this 4-hour candle right here, and we only have 45 minutes left in the candle. So I guess it's technically higher volume than we've had for the past few days, but I would like to see something more like this, right? Or something more like this, if there's actually some conviction here. So at the very least, well, let me show you one more thing. So the 21 EMA, we came up above the 21 EMA in the 4-hour, which is very significant. If we can close the 4-hour candle above the 21 EMA, that is significant. Doesn't mean we're out of the woods yet, right? Because the 21 EMA is still below the 55 EMA. But it's just something to keep our eyes on, guys. It's something to keep our eyes on. If we go to the 6-hour, if we go to the 2-hour, money flow isn't looking like it's curving up too much. We could see a little bit on the 1-hour. Right now, the VWAP on the 1-hour is looking pretty sad, right? It's looking like it's coming down. So what I would expect to see perhaps is, watch what happens here. If we come up, we get a retest, and we're holding this as support, then I would look to potentially long that to see if we can come up higher. But on the other side of that coin, if we flop back under this thing like that, then what I would do is, honestly, if we flop back under that, then we're just back to looking to short the resistances along the supports. And of course, if we start to lose this 21 EMA with a red dot on the 4-hour time frame, that's how you should be shorting that, like right here. Get the red dot while we're touching the 21 EMA. To me, that's short. But right now we've got a green dot in the 4-hour. Clearly, I think we need to cool off a little bit, but I'm keeping my eyes to see what happens here. I think this is a sign that we could be really getting some upward momentum, some upward movement in the next few days. But we'll have to wait and see. Alright, guys. God bless. I hope you have a good night. I hope you play lots of solitaire on your iPhone. It's a good game to play on the iPhone, guys.